Well, I'm doing Musical the Musical, and I'm working on my 6th play in Musical the Musical. I want to be a set designer, and if I still have enough time, I may want to be an engineer like what my grandpa is. I want to be a set designer because I find it interesting putting all the sets together and making stuff and creating all the stuff, and yeah.
I first learned that something was not right with Jake from the day he was born. He was born with severe torticollis, which is like a tilt in your neck. So he was born completely tilted to the left side, and all the doctors kept saying it was muscular. I myself am a personal trainer, so I was doing a lot of stretching with him, and he was screaming in pain. It wasn't just discomfort. And when I would ask the doctors, they felt again it was just muscular. So that went on for about 9 months. We went through PT, and everything inside of me just kept saying, shouldn't we do an MRI? He then had a misshaped head, and they put him in one of the helmets. And that craniofacial doctor actually wanted to cut his neck muscle to continue therapy. And I said, wait a minute, without an MRI, we're not touching him. So I demanded that we go to an orthopedic specialist for a second opinion. And that was about age 11 months when they did an MRI and he was diagnosed. Spina bifida is when the spine does not form properly and there's an opening in the vertebra. So your and my vertebra would be formed like a circle, and that's what protects the spinal cord that goes through that. Jake's and people with spina bifida it's an opening, so it's never actually formed properly, and the spinal fluid is exposed. So when he was first diagnosed, the spinal fluid was ballooning out of the opening, and we were told that they've never seen it in the cervical spine, or he has an anterior opening, and both of those two were rarities.
Spina bifida is well, it's something that you can get in your in your back that makes your in your neck that makes your head tilted. But for me, I have spina bifida, but very rare because it's in the front. So it can it's very different and very rare. And we're trying to get to the 10 top teaching hospitals.
Well, Jake, in addition to his spina bifida, he also has something called a tethered cord, which is at the bottom of his cord. He also has a lot of GI issues, pulmonary disease. So he's been through quite a bit of the different specialists, not only the neurosurgery department. This was his first, recently, about a month ago, he had his first spinal surgery. Jake had an area in his spine that was really taut. It was a very thick band and very taut. So when he would bend, it would have a pull on the back of his legs. So many days he would wake up and not be able to stand on his feet or have trouble walking. And one of the big things, keeping up with other kids, which really bothered him. He wasn't able to run or bike ride or do a lot of the things other kids could do. Since the surgery, it's been unbelievable. He has not had any leg pain. He's running around. He's back in PE in school, and it's just been unbelievable.
Actually, that's what I wish I can do all the time is bike ride.
Why?
And well, because it's just really fun, and it can actually get me to lose some weight, and it just is, and it makes me and that's what I feel good at doing, and I'm gonna just like to bike ride. After the surgery, I felt really good, great, and I think the doctors did a good job. The #1 neurosurgeon who's been teaching all the ones all around the United States is Dr. Scott. So if you're listening, thank you, you're awesome.
From the time Jake was born, he has been through a tremendous amount of trauma. I've been there and experienced a lot of it. So has his brother and his parents. And he has been an inspiration to me and to everyone who knows him because he deals with it all, and he's just amazing.
Jake Stevens is a big teddy bear, big loving kid, sweetest kid, one of the sweetest kids I know. Never heard him complain about anything despite everything going on. Just a real fun-loving, happy-go-lucky kid.
Jake's a wonderful child. He's funny, he's articulate, he's smart. He thrived here. He exemplified everything that we are here. We're a family here. We've been here 20 years. We call ourselves the JCC family. We're a small school, so every teacher knows every child here, and that's what happened with Jake. Every teacher met Jake, got to know him. He became part of everything that we are, and he was wonderful here.
Jake was wonderful having in my class. He was very energetic, he was lively, he showed great leadership ability. He was nice to all the other children. He was very helpful. He always was a part of everything. And that was what I think was wonderful about his parents, that they didn't put him so that he couldn't experience everything. And that's why he really had that wonderful personality that he does. He could do anything and he did everything, but we did have to be very careful.
Jake is eccentric. He's been that way since he's born. He's probably since age 1 likes to change his outfits, always looking for a microphone, a way to perform, sing in front of people, and loves to make people laugh, make people feel good.
So I feel with all the problems, we are blessed to have Jake in our lives, and we've learned a lot from him, and you realize what real problems are when you see this.
When Jake was first entering into kindergarten, we really had no idea what to do because he had a lot of physical limitations and he really needed to be supervised. We went around to several schools and I walked out of there crying in most cases because they didn't want to take on this kind of a liability. There was only one school in Coral Springs, the JCC in Coral Springs on Riverside, that they said, anybody, we welcome anybody to come in here and we'll give you a shadow on the playground, we'll make you comfortable. And we were there ever since pre-K. And also my gym, which is here in Coconut Creek, incredible, always have given us scholarships to allow us to do the things that other kids were able to do.
I know that they went to many preschools because of his situation, and some closed the doors on them, and that's not who we are. We take each child as an individual. We sat down with the family and the teachers, and we learned about Jake. We met him. He's a wonderful child, and we decided that we would be in the situation to help him, and he would be an added pleasure to our school, and he was.
Because of everything he's got going on medically, it's he has to be very careful with what he does. So Mom, because we were such a inclusive environment, she was really comfortable with having him come to classes. Financially, it was going to be a little bit of a hardship for her, so we helped her complete an application. My Gym, the corporate offices have a special scholarship program called My Gym Challenge America, where they offer scholarships throughout the United States to families who have a financial need. That money ran out, and Mom, still wanted Jake to come to classes, so we just allowed her to continue to bring Jake and continue in the My Gym program, so that he didn't miss out on what his friends were doing.
The support that we've had through all of this has been unbelievable. The love, the support of people that just care and want to help us, financial support, people that have used Sky Miles to help us to get to Boston for us to be together for holidays, and the friends that came together to organize fundraising events, the companies that came together. There was so much love, and the day of Jake's surgery, I truly felt it. I felt the people praying from all over the place. And I truly believe what has kept him on this path of doing well.
Everybody should love one another. All the love I'm getting can because all the love they're putting in to make me do this can help. I mean, people say love can't really, all it is giving love, but love is a gift to somebody. Love is a true gift. My favorite song is The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow from Annie.
Can you sing a little bit of it?
Okay. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with the day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're only a day away.
Jake has been doing fantastic as far as his physical stuff. He's riding his bike, he's running all over the place, his stamina is much better. However, Jake had a lot of pulmonary issues as a child, as a young child. He had reflux, and a lot of it was put on the back burner because of all the spinal issues. So every time we would go to Boston, obviously that was on the forefront, and he was on medication to handle his reflux and also his pulmonary issues. So after the surgery, I thought it would be a good idea to kind of delve back into that and just see if there was anything that might have been missing. And unfortunately, they uncovered that Jake now has pulmonary lung disease. They're not really sure of the cause. They're not sure if it's caused by something truly in the lung or something else, possibly the reflux. So the main thing that the doctors wanted to do, the doctors here in Jackson that we're working with, are also working with the doctors in Boston, and they all agree that the least invasive approach right now would be the best. And he started on medication so they can at least handle the lungs and the heart and try to get it under control until they figure out what the cause is. This is an ongoing thing that, unfortunately, since Jake is born, we have gone to Boston. This was his 16th time under anesthesia. It's ongoing, and the one thing that I want to just say is the emotional and financial support that we've had from friends, family, and even people that we don't know has been unbelievable, and it's what's basically kept us going for all of these years. We never ever could have done this on our own, and that money has been put to such good use for the people that have fundraised for us. It's done wonders for us. We've been able to negotiate many of our medical bills that we've had for the last 8 years since this started, and most importantly, this was the first trip when he had his surgery that I was able to not worry about where the next meal was coming from and just strictly focus on Jake and take care of his medical needs. And as a mom, it's like that's all you want. Nothing else should matter. But unfortunately, you have to have food on your table. And this was the first time I was able to strictly focus on Jake. So there's not enough words in my heart that can say thank you to everybody out there that's helped us.